So I mentioned in the last episode that I.R.S. is probably my least favorite wrestler of all time. So let me make the case for that.
It's so bold.
And I felt like that even as a kid. I think this goes back to being a kid. I feel like I.R.S. is the dumbest, most insulting, most stupid wrestling character out of all of them. Duke the Dumpster Drosy, Doink the Clown, Isaac Yankem. Isaac Yankem is pretty down there. The Goon is down there real low. But I.R.S. bugs me the most because he was around forever. He was around for, I think, 4.5 years. He's the wrestling tax man. Okay. As a kid, this is supposed to be, he's a heel. He's the big bad guy because he calls people tax cheats. As an 8-year-old kid, why am I supposed to care about that? Taxes mean nothing to me. This is Vince McMahon having some grudge with the actual I.R.S. saying, ha ha ha, make an evil character named I.R.S. What kind of name should we give him? Irwin. That's perfect. Irwin R. Schyster, the most on-the-nose name of all time. Like, that's such a fake, stupid name. Like, even beyond, okay, I know wrestling is fake and silly, but this is too much. That is just absurd. That's not his name. That can't be his name. He wrestles...
So you're saying they jumped the shark here.
Oh, man. So much. He wrestles in suspenders and a tie for... Why? Why? Why doesn't he wrestle in wrestling gear? Why does he have to wrestle in that? That doesn't make any sense. And he's not like intimidating or tough looking. He's Mike Rotunda.
He doesn't cut a good promo either.
Every promo is just calling whatever city he's in a bunch of tax cheats.
Let me tell you, man, had tax cheats something.
It's so what? And I like, okay, some people say, well, Mike Rotunda's, he's a real solid wrestler. Name me one good, memorable I.R.S. match. There's not any. He's an average wrestler, and I'm not a wrestler, so you can get mad at me if you want for saying that. That's my opinion as a fan. I think he's an average performer. He's not terrible, but he does a lot of headlocks, a lot of chin lock, does an abdominal stretch in every single match, which is the best thing he does. No one does that anymore. I was thinking that as we were watching this, the abdominal stretch where he holds the ropes. I do like that.
Scott Hall move. Hall move. I love that move.
I do like that. I appreciate that. But he wrestles the same match every time, and I felt like when I was a kid, I know it's not true, but it feels like he's on every single episode of every single show. Like every Raw, every Superstars, I always thought, God, I want to see Hulk Hogan. I want to see Bret Hart. I feel like I had to watch an I.R.S. match every single week. So I just have all this pent-up aggression and frustration and annoyance. And it feels good to get that off my chest after all these years that I just don't like I.R.S. And I know some people have affection for him. I mean, he's a memorable character. We remember him after all these years, but I can't stand the guy. I think he's the absolute worst of the worst when it comes to professional wrestling. He is the reason why people look at professional wrestling as a joke and make fun of it. So, do you have a rebuttal or any other opinions?
Retweet all of that. I would retweet all of that.
Okay.
I just think it's hilarious. I love it. I don't think I ever knew this about you, how much you hated him.
Can't stand him.
You have been holding it inside for at least 21 years.
I think so. Yep.
Oh, that's great. No, he really, you're right. I'll be honest, all cards on the table. I've never seen this match until I watched it for this. Because I.R.S. blows, in my opinion. Like him either, I don't know, as much as you do. Because I wasn't as avid as a fan when I was young, He didn't invade my television every episode of Raw and Superstars like he did yours, so I absolutely understand. But yeah, you're right. When you pointed out that at this point it's kind of cartoon WWF, kid-friendly, who cares about the I.R.S.? Like, yeah, you're right. You're 8 years old, 12 years old. Who cares? Like,
that's not your audience. You're trying to. I know Vince McMahon thinks, oh, that's the worst thing ever. He hates the government. He hates taxes. Like, I didn't care as a kid. Like, why? Whatever. I still don't care that much. I don't like paying taxes, but that's not like my idea of the worst thing in the world.
Right. It's just oh man.
We should
All right,
move
it.
on. Yeah, we should get going.